Hey everybody, welcome into TexAgs Rewind here, presented by Yeti. Fan show guys are here. Also, Leanna Davison at the News and Social Center, brought to you by the Angry Elephant. So somehow a game show popped up while we were getting ready to record this.
Yep.
And what is it? Do it quick. We got to go fast.
It's called Aussie slang, and since we have our resident Aussie in the house, I'm reading out the slang, which I don't have the answer to. I read out the slang. We all guess what it is, and then she's going to tell us the right answer. So
Let's do one.
Here's the next one. Hard yaka.
Hard yaka, a yacht.
Do you know this one?
A yucca? I mean, I kind of know
How about
it.
this? How about
isn't a good one.
How about a furfy?
Oh, a furfy's like a mink coat.
Furfy?
No, that's a cat.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna. Hey, it's Australia. I'm gonna go with a beer again.
I don't even know what a furfy is.
Oh my god.
You
Yeah,
guys say good slang. I can get, yeah.
Oh, all right, hold on.
We're running out of time. The rewind.
Sorry.
2 minutes.
Sorry. How about a bicky? A
bicky.
A bicky.
A bicky, a puppy.
That's a dress.
It's a gardening tool.
I'm gonna say it's a cigarette lighter.
No, it's like a biscuit, like just a cookie. We call bickies like cookies, yeah. Biscuit.
Well, anyway,
That's
this
fun.
game show we should have practiced before.
We need to do this on air. That'd be really fun.
Well, if we practice.
Yeah.
The words that she actually knows. It's today on the show. Hey, it's a car. What is that?
Should have
mean?
asked her before we came on. Yeah.
Go hour. Olin in his hair.
Uncle Rico's
That was your favorite, right,
uncle.
Leanna?
That was my favorite, yeah. He shouldn't have got the haircut. But I mean, if he's still rocking it, he's still rocking it.
You guys got to see the Uncle Rico. Swope and McGee. They were phenomenal. Great segment with them.
Always.
AT and these gentlemen right here, the fan show guys. Check it out.
And Mrs. Browning, here's what you got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do that at the end.
Like,
Yeah.
share,
Mrs. Browning
subscribe,
was
comment,
listening.
everything.
But we haven't gotten to the end.
We don't need to do it. We need it before so that everyone does it because they won't. I mean,
yeah,
they can
it's
turn
very
it off before we get to the end.
Just watch it. OB, very unfortunate news. I don't want to say we were caught off guard because anytime, well, how many quarterbacks now over the last, since 2008, how many guys have gone down?
It's been a revolving
8, something like
door.
that?
Yeah, I had a column about it yesterday. It's just crazy how many times A&M has been affected by losing its starting quarterback, if not for the season, at least for a significant amount of times. Or even sometimes when it was just a little bit of time, that little bit of time was disastrous.
Yep.
But I think with Max, we used to say, right, that you can win with Max, you can win because of Connor. Well, maybe it's time maybe Connor's going to prove you can win Max is going to prove you can win because of him. And quite frankly, we wish this had not happened, of course, but sometimes a team needs something to happen that galvanizes it. That we keep talking about how A&M doesn't play up to its level of its talent, right? That they keep making mistakes and things like this. And I wonder if this could be a jolt that makes everybody realizes that they got to raise their level of performance and galvanize.
Well, I hope last season was the jolt and the Miami game was the jolt. I hope, but I know what you mean by it. I just want to protect him. Can we protect him? Because I still believe most, if not all, the goals you had before the season started are still in front of you.
Oh, absolutely.
And are still attainable
Every
with
one
Max
of them.
at the quarterback spot.
Yes. I was talking to a friend of mine who I think is a very objective. He doesn't live here. He lives in Florida. Very objective college football observer. And he says, you go down the list. And he says, okay, I think this week Arkansas has a better quarterback. I think next week A&M has a better quarterback. I think the week after that A&M has a better quarterback. This is somebody else was saying. He says South Carolina has the better quarterback. But he went down the list.
How many times was Max the better quarterback?
I like it out of there's 8 games in it, 5 of them, according to this guy.
So Arkansas the better quarterback?
He said Arkansas,
LSU.
LSU, and South Carolina.
I can live with that. Yeah.
And the others, he said,
Will Rogers maybe.
well, but he was saying not this year because of the way they've used him. Now they used him better the other day, but he was basing it on this year and what you've seen from him this year.
Yep.
So, and now he didn't say like he was head and shoulders better than Will Rogers, but he's saying, but based on the way Will Rogers they're using him this year, that he would take Max Johnson.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that Max Johnson has been a starting quarterback in the SEC for a full season and threw for 2,800 yards, and I think it was 27 touchdowns or 28 touchdowns and just 7 interceptions. So he's been a very productive quarterback at the SEC level.
He is.
behind a crap offensive line that year too.
Yeah, no. Look, and that's not to say that QB1 doesn't matter
It does.
in winning a championship. Even here at Texas A&M, like I still think Connor Wigman was your best chance to reach all those goals. That all being said, all those goals are still there, and I think you will win a lot of games because of Max Johnson. The defense is why you beat Auburn probably, but the reason you felt more comfortable in that win was the way Max handled that second half, especially those first 2 drives.
Well, yeah, once they got those 2 touchdown passes, you're thinking, okay, you're cruising, and then we know what happened from there. But Max is a good quarterback. I just feel like Connor
who might play on Sundays.
maybe. I just feel like Connor's kind of special, but Max is very capable.
This team is just as capable with Max of having those same kind of goals.
I agree.
Yes.
What is your why behind it?
Well, I think Bobby Petrino really loves Max. I think he fits what Bobby's trying to do. Not that Connor didn't, because I think they're different, and you know way more about this than I do. But I do think Max fits the kind of protocol Bobby Petrino is looking for.
Yeah. I would agree. I mean, I've heard the same rumor.
But Petrino morphs to whatever kind of quarterback situation he has. Ryan Mallett, slow kind of quarterback. I mean, he has had different styles throughout his career.
Yeah, you go from Ryan Mallett to Lamar Jackson
Right.
on every end of the spectrum.
Completely different, but
Look, Petrino's injected some life in this offense. There's no doubt about it. I think we all agree on that. He's getting guys open. You're seeing different formation shifts. We're running the same plays out of a million different looks. I love all that. I think Max I think you keep the team moving. You don't play slow. Get the guys out of the huddle, not getting stupid penalties. That happened. I felt like it was one. We had a couple of series right before Connor got hurt where it was arguably some of the worst possessions I've seen a Connor-led football team. Just he missed a couple throws, remember?
Yeah.
But then we had the penalties, remember?
We kept penalties and
killing ourselves with the snap
shooting ourselves
issues.
on the foot.
What is going on? Same kind of stuff we saw 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So they've got to clean that up no matter who's the quarterback. But I feel like a veteran quarterback provides presence and allows your offense to play with good tempo. They play downhill, stay in front of the chains, eliminate the dumb penalties. All those kind of things I think you get from a veteran quarterback help you a lot. So this football team, in my opinion, does not take a single step back with Max as their quarterback.
I don't think so at all.
He's a very talented. I think he would start at how many schools out of all? I mean, there's very few schools you could go to today and say, if it was an even slate and you're starting over today, Max is going to be the starter.
I agree.
At the vast majority, even in the West, SC West. I mean,
no, I agree. You
he's
can
starting
make that
at Bama.
argument.
He's starting at
Auburn, Bama,
Auburn.
for sure.
Oh, they would die to have him. Georgia right now. I think Georgia would die to have him. And I know Graham Mertz is playing better, but I think he's way better than Graham Mertz. He's arguably the LSU kid. And
I don't know. Daniels is pretty good.
No, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
the Ole Miss, and then him and the Ole Miss kid, Jackson Dart is hot and cold, but you could argue hey, that kid's not bad. He's pretty good. So I don't know who would win that battle, but he's up there with the best in the country.
You think Max would start on a lot of SEC teams outside of A&M this year?
Yeah, I do. I think, he's limited in many ways in what he can do. But he's not going to beat you, right? He's limited in who he is, but he's not going to be the reason that you lose games. And so I think that's kind of literally if you ask Nick Saban, hey, give me 2 sentences on what you need from the quarterback position this year, that's basically what he would tell you. I think that's what they were hoping Tyler Buchner would be when they started him against South Florida. You go across the list, Auburn. I think Max Johnson would absolutely elevate Auburn. Arkansas with KJ Jefferson's really good. LSU with Jaden Daniels is really good. The team that I'll tell you, I'm still not sold on Ole Miss. I mean, 7 points on the opening drive last week, and then they don't score more than 3 after. Kiffin brought in 2 quarterbacks through the portal last offseason. So I'm not sold that he really believes in Jackson Dart. And again, I think Max Johnson is the type of guy that would bring stability to that quarterback room. So, yes, David, to answer your question, there's no doubt he is an SEC caliber starter. He was 3 years ago at LSU. He is now at A&M. And there's a lot of programs, frankly, that could just use exactly who he is and exactly what he does and what he'll bring to A&M this weekend when he starts against Arkansas.
What do you expect to see this weekend?
I do expect Arkansas to move the ball and score. So now I'm on the hope side. So I better expect our offense to match. I just they got these no-name receivers, right? But KJ's getting the ball out. He can run. I like their running backs. I mean, I've watched the last 2 games. I'm pretty impressed with their offense, man. And I expect, a sterile 55,000 people to be up there and watch it.
The Arkansas fans are pretty loud.
They can be, but Aggies always outnumber them up there. But it's okay. I've been to all of them.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good with the neutral site stuff. I'm expecting a whole lot of Razorback surrender Cobras because that's pretty much every year but one so far.
Yeah.
I want to sit here and say I expect another tight game because it's always a crazy game when we go up there and play. But quite frankly, I'm not expecting a tight game. I'm not. I think KJ Jefferson can be forcing some turnovers. I think what we're seeing with, obviously an advance in thought of scheme from Durkin, the ability to make sure that we contain him and when not, the linebackers are starting to show that they can chase him down. They can bring him down. Like you said, put him in the dirt a couple of times and things change with him.
Yep.
And so it needs to be aggressive to get to him quickly, especially, just don't make our secondary cover for 7 seconds. Nobody can do that. You can't even do that in the NFL.
So you already told them what to do, so we don't have to tell them what to like or
No.
Just make sure you tell them who's sponsored
I've
by
got
them.
one more, though.
What?
Brekkie. What is Brekkie?
It's what they call when they go to Breckenridge to go skiing.
It's a piece of toast.
It's a beer.
I'm going to say breakfast.
It is breakfast.
Hey, the picture showed
I think
eggs
he
and
likes this
bacon.
game more than we do.
We're going to edit this out of the video. Bye.